Way better than this. Yeah, that's good. So he's got to be there for that. Here's my son. Great.
Okay, Stuart, when you're ready.
I think it's recording. Okay, you're good.
Good? Is that what you said? Good? Okay. All right. Call this meeting to order. First item on the agenda is roll call and disclosure of conflict of interest.
Stuart Ward,
Present, no conflicts.
Edward Ulrich,
Here, nothing to disclose.
Chad Selenite,
Present, no conflicts.
Crystal Matson,
Present, no conflict.
and Molly Dimmick.
Present. I've had a couple inquiries about agenda item number 6, but nothing warranting disclosure.
Okay. Next item is agenda clarification and approval.
Council, Hal Jensen, Planning Director, Bannock County. I would like to remove agenda item number 9, work session land use and development ordinance update. We don't have anything further from the last time we discussed a month ago.
Okay.
I move to accept the agenda with number 9 removed.
I will second. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. The next item is our 2026 meeting agenda. And this is just preliminary, so we're not making action on this, correct?
You can.
We can? Okay. Would we need to move it to business items if we do, or can we do it at
No,
the same time?
preliminary business can be action items.
Okay. Okay. Any concerns with the meeting agenda, proposed meeting agenda? I didn't have any. I know I'll be out of town for 2 of them, but not a big deal. You guys have any concerns? Okay.
There's a typo on the November one. The year.
We're gonna go back in time for that
Yeah.
1 month. Maybe, depending on how this meeting goes, we'll see. So, just with that change, you wanna approve that schedule right now, or do you wanna wait? If you're good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I motion to approve the 26 schedule.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed? Okay. The next item is approval of our minutes from October 22nd. I read through those, didn't see anything needing corrections, so.
Likewise, I went through them and saw nothing that stood out. Everything looked right.
Okay. Do you have any comments? No? No comments? Okay. Motion to approve those?
Yeah, I'll file a motion to approve the October minutes.
A second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
No opposed? Perfect. Okay. Move into our public hearing items. Before we open the public hearing, I do need to read this. This is a scheduled meeting of the Bannock County Planning and Development Council. The Planning Council serves in both a decision-making capacity and an advisory capacity to the Board of County Commissioners. Any decisions made by the Planning Council this evening may be appealed to the County Commissioners within 10 days of the decision. Please call the Office of Planning and Development Services prior to the 10-day deadline for detailed instructions for filing an appeal. The hearing procedures are as follows. Number one, a presentation will be made by the applicant with a time limit of 6 minutes. The staff report is then presented by Planning and Development staff with no time limit. Public testimony is given in favor of the proposal, neutral to the proposal, and against the proposal. The applicant may then rebut the arguments offered by the opposition with a time limit of 6 minutes. The Planning and Development Council discusses the hearing subject. They may direct questions to the staff, the applicant, and the audience during this stage of the hearing process. The hearing is then closed to oral testimony from the applicant and the audience, and the hearing process is concluded and deliberations will begin. Rules and procedures for public comment are as follows. This hearing is for public comment and is not a question and answer session. Everyone shall exhibit respectful behavior. There shall be no booing, hissing, or cheering, and anyone deemed unruly will be escorted out of the building. And any derogatory comments toward the applicant, those members will be removed as well. A sign-up sheet must be filled out to give oral testimony. Only one person may speak at a time and must be recognized by the chairman before speaking. Time cannot be gifted to another person, and you will be given a time limit of 3 minutes. Before you begin your comments, please state your name and address for the record. If you're here tonight and you are angry, that's okay, but please don't take your anger out on the council members. We are charged by law to keep a clear record of the proceedings, consider the factual testimony, and to uphold county and state rules and regulations. Thank you for your courtesy to us and others as we move through this process. Is there anyone that does not understand what I just read?
Can't hear you.
Am I not talking loud enough?
Nope.
No.
Sorry. Do I need to read it again?
No.
No? Okay. I'll talk louder. Thank you. Okay. First time on, can you hear me now?
Steer that a little bit, lots of people.
I don't think there's speakers in here.
That's just for.
That's just for recording.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
gotcha.
it doesn't
No
project.
speakers in here?
So
Okay.
we just gotta talk loud.
Talk loud.
Okay, first item on the agenda, well, I need a motion to open the public
A
hearing.
motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, first item is a variance from section 316, building bulk and placement standards. Conrad Jensen requests a variance for a side yard setback from 20 feet to 10 feet and a riparian setback from 100 feet to 50 feet to build a detached garage. The affected property is labeled as parcel RPR 401-502-9900 and is currently addressed as 228 North Indian Creek Road in Income 83245. Okay. Applicant.
Conrad Jensen. I live at 228 North Indian Creek Road, Income, Idaho 83245. And if you remember, I was here a couple months ago for the side yard setback. We ran into a small issue with where my wellhead was located, and you'd think I'd just be able to move it a little bit, but by moving it a little bit to clear that issue, it pushed me under the power line. And so I talked to Idaho Power and had them come out, an engineer from Idaho Power, and we went through a couple different scenarios about maybe moving the power line, but because it's a main line, he said I'd probably have better luck building over the creek than getting them to move that power line, especially because there's no recorded easements because the power line's so old. So he said that financially it would be in the hundreds of thousands to be able to move that main line down the canyon and get approvals and easements for my neighbors. Now we're trying to do a detached garage. I wasn't able to move it back because of that steep slope. I don't know if you can see my site plan there, but there's a steep slope behind my house, so I'm unable to move it back to clear my wellhead. So the only place I could do was move it forward. Idaho Power said that I can be 10 feet away, but we decided on 13 feet because that's what they have written down. So we just decided that I'll move it 13 feet in front of the power line. That puts it right in my driveway. And then continuing with the side yard setback, for the only reason is now it's a detached garage, and the other variance was for an attached garage. So we just wanted to be safe legally and redo that as a detached garage, but it does move it within 50 feet of the creek. So, and that is about the only spot we can put it on the property. Any other spot that would be available is either over the septic or the drain field, or I would have to push it back again into my hill, which would give me almost a 30-foot retaining wall, which is just not, I mean, the building wouldn't even be 30 feet high, so. And I guess that's why I'm here.
Okay. Any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
I guess, just so I'm clear, on your site plan, the yellow line is the power line?
That's the main line, yes. And technically where my house is now does not meet the requirements for the distance. I mean, it almost goes, you know, it almost touches the corner of my house. Granted, it's higher, but it wouldn't meet the setbacks. So.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Just a bad placement all around. My property, my neighbor's property, just with the creek running through it and where the power line is, it just makes it difficult to meet some of these ordinances. And so talking with Hal, I visited with him last week, and we kind of went over last month, and we went over the site plan and just figured this was really the only place that we could put it that would be feasible. So.
Okay. Perfect. No questions? Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Staff?
Annie Hughes, Bannock County zoning planner.
Speak loud.
Can you guys hear me? Annie Hughes, Bannock County zoning planner. I just wanted to let you guys know that there have not been any agency comments turned in for this variance.
Okay.
Do you have any questions regarding the staff report?
No questions for staff? No. Okay. All right. Don't have anybody sign. I don't see anybody signed up for.
I'm gonna just go ask outside one more time.
Yeah. What number are you signed up for? She's not signed up for this one, is she?
Right there at the table?
Yeah.
No.
Des,
She's not.
No.
are you for number 4 agenda?
5 and 6.
Okay.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Okay. I don't have anybody signed up for public testimony on this one. So unless there's anybody in the audience that wants to speak for, neutral, or against? No? Okay. Nobody outside? Okay. Perfect. Is there any last minute stuff you want to add? Or you?
I don't think so unless you have questions.
Okay. I don't think we have any additional questions for you, so you're good. Thank you.
Shut it down.
Yeah, you're good. Thanks. All right. Discussion? Anything?
Yeah, pretty straightforward. He was already granted the side yard setback, just like you said. And then, once they go to do it, they got the power line issue. It's pretty cut and dry. So really, we're just looking for the setback off the creek. because we've already granted the side yard, before, so pretty cut and dry.
The only thing that I thought about is the creek and how much water, flood control, that kind of thing, if there was anything, but it seems like there isn't.
I think with the driveway, because it's right in his driveway, and it's just a detached building, at least that's what I,
And there will be flood elevation with the permit that are gonna have to be done, so that should eliminate that concern.
And DEQ didn't have any comments.
DEQ didn't have comments, so I think this is pretty easy to deliberate on.
And just for clarification too, we did have him reapply for the 10-foot side yard setback variance. So when you're deliberating, make sure you consider both of them. Because the original variance was for an attached structure, and now that it's detached, we just wanted to make sure the paperwork was clear and consistent with the request.
So do we need to make a condition on there, or just?
No, because it's
Okay.
already in the request,
Okay.
it'll just be, as you're deliberating, consider both variances.
Okay.
Don't ignore the side yard just because we did it before. basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Understand.
Okay. All right, you guys ready to go through findings then? Okay. Number one, the applicant has shown there is not a reasonable alternative.
Due to the topography and location of the power lines, septic and drain field, and well. This is the only feasible location for the building.
What was that last thing you said?
Only feasible location for the building.
Okay. Number two, the variance is not in conflict with public interest.
no public input. I guess that's, and it's not encroaching on anything.
Will not negatively impact public safety.
Or utilities.
Will not negatively,
Impact public safety.
Or utilities.
okay. Number three, the variance will or will not adversely affect the adjacent property. So will not. And this is based on,
Previous variance granted for an attached garage. This is for a detached building, somehow worded, with the same setback.
And footprint.
Yeah, just detached from the building.
previous variance was granted for an attached garage.
With the same requested side yard setback. That's really probably the only property that would be affected, his neighbor there.
Okay. Anything else on that one? Number 4, if the variance is not granted, the applicant will or will not suffer undue hardship caused by the physical characteristics of the site.
Will,
Yeah.
due to tremendous cost to move power lines.
And or excavation for the steep slope, rear of the property.
And rework of septic/well.
What was that last thing you said?
Rework of septic and well. Costly, expensive rework of septic and well.
Okay.
No conditions.
Yeah, no conditions, I don't have no.
Okay. I think we're ready for a motion then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're ready?
Yep, based on the record discussion this evening, I move to approve the request by Conrad Jensen requesting a variance of a side yard setback 20 foot to 10 foot and riparian setback 100 foot to 50 feet to build a detached garage as described in the application materials as supplemented with additional information attached in the staff report according to the testimony received, and to adopt the proposed findings in order for signature by the chair and or vice chair.
Second.
Second. Okay, roll call please.
Stuart Ward,
Yes.
Edward Ulrich,
Yes.
Chad Selenite,
Yes.
Crystal Mattson,
Yes.
Molly Dimmitt.
Yes.
Okay. Motion carries 5-0. Okay, you're good. Thank you so much. You're gonna retype these, aren't you? Marge, you're retyping these?
Yes.
All right. Next agenda item number 5 is a conditional use permit for a campground. Jane Dame requests a conditional use permit to have 4 RV sites on her property. The affected property is currently addressed as 10795 Dempsey Creek Road, Lava Hot Springs, A3T46. Proposed hours of operation are 24 hours, 7 days a week, 180 days per year. Private well and septic are being proposed. Okay, applicant.
Jane Dame, 10795 South Dempsey Creek Road, Lava Hot Springs, 83246. Okay, I am here. This campground's in. 5.5 years ago, we got permitted to put it in. Originally, it was family sites while we were looking to build, and we were still retiring and things. And but at the time, we had 5 in. My oldest son, Zach, who is co-owner, he's on the deed for the property as well. They moved here in June of 2020, and so the campground's in. I'm not looking for anything new, but at the time we decided to try. Well, we were approached about doing monthly RV sites, so we got a conditional use permit. It's under my understanding that the reason why, so they gave us a 3-year. And the reason why I understand that is because they did not think that someone would be there for oversight. Zach had just moved there. We weren't quite done being retired yet. Since then, it's been 5.5 years now. And since we bought the property and did the first one anyway, that was granted at the end of 2020. So it didn't start till 2021. We did it for 3 years, and we decided we didn't love doing the RVs. In the meantime, we decided to, just because, we couldn't keep it clean. We couldn't, it's hard to mow, it's hard to, slide wood out. So we brought in tiny homes on wheels. And the only CUP that I understand we could do was a campground. But really what we are looking for is, and what we'd like to do is, we've got tiny homes that, and the keyword's tiny, it only has 2 people, that we nightly rental just in the summertime. We have had 0 complaints in the 5.5 years, from what I understand from the county. And it's been quiet. We live on site. In the meantime, my son has built a home. We built a custom home there. We raise cattle and alfalfa. We're not interested in doing anything else. Just, we have those 4 sites, and we're back to get another conditional use permit that is permanent. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the understanding that usually when you get a conditional use permit, it doesn't have a time limit on it. But council at the time didn't understand that Zach was on the deed, I don't think. And so they gave us a time limit, just, I guess, to make sure that somebody was there to oversee it, and always has been. Hold on, I gotta get my glasses. Let's see. We have also since, do you have any pictures? I mean, did you guys get any pictures or anything of the site to see what that looks like? Oh, besides that?
That's the one we got.
Oh. Dang it, I uploaded some photos. Anyway, just so you can see, I mean, right now we have 3 tiny homes on them. They're darling, they're well kept. We have asphalted around the thing as far as any kind of emergency, anything else, easy in, easy out. We work our tails off on it, trying to keep it looking nice and clean and orderly. And honestly, we live there, we've got grandchildren there. We aren't looking for big parties, and we have very strict rules that we don't do big parties, and we don't do parties. And this is just an easier way for us, if we wanted to have a family reunion, to be able to have our own family there and not worry about RVs. And let's see. So anyway, we've got nothing but good reviews, really good feedback. People love how quiet it is. They get awoken by the cow alarm a lot of times. And we've had we've never had any problems. So the septic, the well, all that's already done. It was back in 2020.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Questions for the applicant?
Just to clarify, so the 4 spots you're talking about, so you've used them for the long-term rental, so normally it would be like a truck and trailer that would come in?
Correct.
And so you're gonna take that away and put tiny homes and those in place?
Correct.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
With water and sewer it's already there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
And they are on wheels,
Mhm.
so they are movable.
you bet. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So for clarification, it was a little confusing to me, so.
Okay.
The RVs are gone now, the trucks are gone now.
Correct.
The tiny homes are already
Yeah.
in place.
Mm-hmm.
My question would be for staff, so we'll wait till our staff report, because they'll probably cover it.
Any other questions for the applicant? Okay. My only question for you is, when people come rent these, even though it's a nightly rental, it's just a vehicle in front. You're not.
Correct. One vehicle.
You're not letting them bring in another RV
No.
in front of that?
No, there's not enough
Okay.
room. There's just room
Oh,
for
okay.
one, and it only is big enough for 2 people. Each tiny home is only big enough for 2 people.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, okay. That was all I had. Okay, awesome, thank you. All right, staff.
Annie Hughes, zoning planner, do you have any questions regarding the staff report?
So was the previous CUP only a 3-year?
It was.
Really?
We don't see a lot
That's
of those
unique.
that are limited like that,
It is
right?
very unique, it's not
Okay.
common. It was for the reason that the applicant stated. The council, the previous council was just concerned about who was going to manage the property. They didn't realize that there was somebody living on site. So now we're just back to solidify it so that, because normally a conditional use permit will run with the land. So once it's approved and in place, it runs with the land even upon transfer of ownership. So.
Right. And the previous CUP was for a campground as well.
Correct.
So it's kind of just a renewal of that same CUP essentially is all we're doing.
Instead
Yeah,
of truck and
exactly.
trailer, it's the tiny homes on wheels.
And
Yeah.
we're just making it permanent instead of just
Yeah.
That's already happened.
a short term.
Right.
It's unfortunate. Okay.
Okay.
And we did transfer conditions over from the previous CUP minus the 3-year limit. So all the other conditions are the same as what they were on the original conditional use permit.
So that would explain some of the discrepancies. New building required, yes. Like, we're not doing any new building, it's already done.
Correct.
Eventually another tiny home on wheels, that's already happened.
Any other questions for staff?
Those are my questions.
That answered your question?
Yeah,
Like
I
to see
just want to know
pictures.
why we had a temporary, because we don't see that, we don't do that, we just typically.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's because the CUP is expiring or expired, we need to make it permanent.
Yeah, you gotta go through the whole process all over again.
Which is good they brought that up, because I could easily fall underneath the radar.
Right.
Alright, so.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, we'll go through public testimony. Let's see. I've got 3. Do you have any others signed up for this application? No? Okay. So I've got 3 here in support. Let's start with Zachary Dame.
Hi, I'm Zachary Dame. I'm Jane Dame's son. I've lived on the property approximately 5.5 years. I just wanted to clarify the backstory. I was living in a
Could you state your address, sorry?
Oh,
Just for the record,
10795 South Dempsey Creek Road, Lava Hot Springs, Idaho, 83246. The backstory with me and my story is I was a traveling nurse. I was on the West Coast, saved up enough money to be able to finally buy a piece of ground. And I said, well, I can't afford a house just yet, so we put in these RV spots, and then it's obviously developed as we put money into developing them. And then there'll be one more tiny home that we will place, because as Jane mentioned, there's 3 tiny homes and there's 4 spots that we have there. And so I'm in half interest on that as well. So I did that and then built. There's actually 5 spots and my house connects to it. So, but work as a nurse here locally and been a big community supporter, and yes, we're involved with agriculture. Haven't figured out how to turn the dollar on agriculture yet, so it always helps to have some additional revenue, so thank you.
Perfect, thank you. All right. Megan Reno?
All right, first I'd like to thank all of you for being here.
You need your name and address first.
Megan Reno, 1124 East, no, 11242 South Dempsey Creek Road in Lava Hot Springs. So I'd just like to take a second and thank you all. I know it's not an easy position and it's hard being a board chair sometimes. And tonight's probably one of those nights. But thank you for your service. My name is Megan Reno. I live just down the road from this property. I've been their neighbor for years, and I want to share that what I have personally seen. They have been excellent neighbors, quiet, respectful, responsible, and thoughtful about the land and people around them. I have never experienced any negative impacts from this property. No noise issues, no lighting problems, no traffic concerns, and no disturbances of any kind. This proposed use is exactly what the rec zone was created for. A campground is specifically listed as a conditional use in the rec district, which means the county has already determined it is a compatible and appropriate use. This family already applied for a campground, and it is unfair that they even had to come and reapply for a use that they have already followed the process for. They have always complied with county rules and acted in good faith. Their proposal meets every single standard required for a conditional use permit in Bannock County. It is compatible with the surrounding land uses and fits the recreational character of the area. It will not be injurious to surrounding properties or improvements. I live close by to be directly affected, and I can say confidently that this use has never harmed me or anyone else nearby. It does not create any threat to public health, safety, or welfare. It does not burden public services. Emergency access is adequate, and the project does not demand more from the county than any other permitted recreational use. It does not create unacceptable traffic impacts. The roads can safely handle this level of use. And it meets the environmental protections already built into the rec standards, including setbacks, lighting controls, and land preservation requirements. Under your zoning ordinance, the council has the authority to approve a conditional use permit exactly as it was applied for when the standards are met. And here I think they clearly are. Idaho law also provides strong guidance on this issue. Under the local governments, saying that local governments must avoid actions that result in a regulatory taking, meaning an action that unfairly prevents a landowner from using their property for a reasonable allowed use. When a campground is expressly permitted in this zone, an application satisfies all requirements. Denying or over-restricting it raises significant concerns under the Idaho Regulatory Takings Act. This family has great character. They run a responsible business, and they have always been wonderful neighbors. This project is lawful, compatible, and beneficial to this area. I respectfully ask that you approve this conditional use permit as submitted. I know that you have a legal duty to follow Bannock County codes and Idaho land use laws, not popularity. Idaho law requires you to base your decision on findings, evidence, and the ordinance. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Nephi Reno.
My name's Nephi Reno. I'm Megan's husband. 11242 South Dempsey Creek Road, Lava Hot Springs, Idaho 83246. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Nephi Reno, and I'm here simply as a neighbor, friend, community member, and someone who cares about the health and growth of our area. Over the last several years, this campground has shown itself to be a positive asset. It brings people together, promotes health and activity, and contributes to the kind of outdoor recreation that Bannock County is known for. The owners have worked hard to maintain the property, follow county expectations, and be good neighbors. Many families enjoy the space, visitors spend more money locally, and the operation encourages healthy living and outdoor activity, values that our county has always supported. My hope is that we continue building on this positive momentum. Allowing this permit also allows a successful, well-ran use to keep contributing, while also showing that Bannock County supports responsible development and recreation. I also want to share something from my own experience. The only concerns I've ever heard about this property have come from people connected to a competing business spreading misinformation. That's just small town dynamics, not a land issue. What really matters is how the property is actually operated responsibly, positively, and in a way that benefits the community. This is a good project run by good people that has proven itself over time. I respectfully ask for your support in improving this permit. Thank you for your time and your sacrifices to the people of this county. God bless you all and say your prayers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I do have one signed up for neutral. Julie Hill, you wish to testify? Okay.
Hello, Julie Hill, 10936 Westchester in Lava Hot Springs, and I will go in support of what everybody in support has said. They've been great neighbors, had no problems with noise or any other issues. And I really appreciate their cows that they are keeping on the back part of the property. My only question or concern is the septic that's on the property was installed in 2020, and it's a 1,000-gallon septic tank. They've got the 4 proposed sites for the nightly rentals that will all, I assume, have a bathroom. They have a gym with a bathroom. They have an apartment attached to the gym that I assume has at least 1 bathroom. That's where the family member's living. Then they have a house that has an apartment above the garage and the house itself. So there are at least 8 bathrooms that are attached to that septic. And as a neighboring property owner of the Thunder Canyon HOA with water concerns, we just have concerns that that septic is adequate, and that's the only question that we have.
Okay.
Can I add something there just real quick? Just so in our scope, it's not that. So that would be the Southeast Public Health Department that would handle that. So in our scope, that's not us, basically.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have anybody signed up for opposed, unless I'm missing somebody's paper. No. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add or rebut any comments that have been made?
Do I need to come up and
Yes,
say my
please.
name again?
Name and address again, please.
Jane Dame, 10795 South Dempsey Creek Road, Lava Hot Springs. My home, the custom home, is on its separate septic. And we got approval through the health department for what we did when we originally put those in. They knew that there were 5, and then when they built the home, that was all gone through with the health department, so.
Okay. Okay. You guys have any additional questions or discussion?
My only concern was the septic and the water. I think she clarified that. Maybe we could add that as a condition to make sure they continue to do that, but.
I don't think so.
They had the opportunity to see this and had no comment, so we don't need a condition. Either of those. Right?
Just a quick reminder to speed
Oh,
up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was in the recommendations.
Yeah.
I would add that.
And I do just have one question for the applicant. You've seen the recommended conditions and you're good with all 5 of them?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Discussion? Or do you want to just jump into findings?
I think we jump into findings.
Yeah.
Especially because this has already been gone through once before.
Okay. First page. Okay. The first one, the proposed use would not adversely affect surrounding properties to a materially greater extent than would a permitted use in the district.
I don't know how you word it, but the placement of the tiny homes to me is it cuts down on truck trailer traffic. It's a little 2-lane road getting in there, going through town or on Mon Road. You're gonna have single family cars. I don't see how it would affect the surrounding. It would benefit the surrounding property with at least a little bit of traffic. What little traffic for the 4 spots?
I don't know how I'm gonna word that.
Yeah, I was rambling there. I know.
I think we could probably just say that it's already being used for the current request. And it's shown it does not negatively affect the surrounding area.
Stuart,
Yes.
tiny homes have replaced recreational vehicles, improving the overall appearance, safety, and compatibility with surrounding properties.
What she said. That's what I meant.
You gotta say that slower.
Sometimes we work really hard on the staff reports for you guys. Okay, are you ready? I will read it
Hold on.
slowly.
Can I just say sentence number 4?
No.
Margie's gonna just retype it for me anyway. Okay, hold on.
Tiny homes
Hold on. Tiny homes.
Have replaced recreational vehicles,
Okay.
improving the overall appearance, safety, and compatibility.
Hold on. I'm at appearance still. Overall appearance, safety,
Yep.
and compatibility. How do you spell compatibility?
The surrounding properties.
With surrounding properties?
Correct.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to add? No? Okay. The next one, the proposed use would or would not cause an undue disruption of travel or an extraordinary increase in the volume of traffic in the vicinity of the proposed use.
You got something?
Say would not.
Yeah, would not.
Would not due to the replacement of tiny homes versus RVs. Actually will reduce the traffic.
Yeah, it would reduce the traffic. I'm just trying to just word that, Ed. Not the tiny homes, but it'd be single cars instead of truck and trailers or traditional RVs. Actually reduce the traffic with the 4 spots.
Tiny homes have replaced RVs, thus reducing traffic to smaller vehicles compared to truck and trailer.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. The proposed use would or would not damage the public health, safety, or general welfare within its vicinity or be materially injurious to properties or improvements in the vicinity.
Would not.
I can say the same thing you said on
The public testimony received to show that the past 3 to 4 years have been negative.
Yeah, with the previous CUP.
No public testimony received that supports negative impacts to surrounding area. Does that sound right? Sound good?
from previous CUP.
From previous
Okay.
issued CUP.
The next one, the proposed use would or would not be consistent with goals and policies of the comprehensive plan of the county.
So I put on here they would be consistent, that they're already there, and they're consistent with 530 of the ordinance, which is allowable uses in the recreational zone.
And Molly's got one here too.
Section 540,
530
530
is the uses.
of the recreational zone.
A couple of the goals from the comprehensive plan as well, when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Goal 1.2 and 3.2, balance of urban and rural amenities to attract families and a strong and diverse economy.
What's that first one? Balance of,
Urban and rural amenities to attract families.
and the other one, 3.2.
Yes, a strong and diverse economy.
Okay. The next one, the proposed use would or would not be designed to be compatible in terms of building height, scale, bulk scale, setbacks, open spaces, and landscaping with adjacent uses as is practical. And would,
It would. Basically, the tiny homes would have to meet county ordinances.
And are just reduced in scale into a normal home.
What is normal in today's day and age?
Tiny home might be normal.
Reduced in scale to building height, bulk, scale, setback, open space.
so what do you want me to write?
What do you write so far?
Tiny homes would meet county ordinances, that's as far as it got.
Bulk and scale height of a residential scale. Call it good.
Scale.
Those conditions,
Okay.
Conditions, we're gonna have the same conditions that were on the original CUP. You want me to read those to you?
The,
Yes, please read
the
them for
five
record.
that are on there? Yeah.
Adequate trash collection and disposal will be provided by the owner. All tiny homes must meet the standards of a recreational vehicle according to the Idaho Department of Motor Vehicles. Quiet hours will be from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Operational hours will be April 15th to October 31st every calendar year, and no signage.
Perfect.
The reason we don't add septic following the health department septic is because it's required.
Yeah, and it's, the septic is outside of the county's jurisdiction, so. We are ready for a motion.
Okay, do that. Based on the record and the discussion this evening, I move to approve the request by Jane Dame for a conditional use permit to have 4 RV sites on her property as described in the application materials, as supplemented with additional information attached in the staff report and according to testimony received, and to adopt the proposed findings and order for signature by the chair or vice chair with the following conditions. Can you read those?
Do we need to read them again? Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Do you want me to read them? Okay, number 1, adequate trash collection and disposal will be provided by the owner. Number 2, all tiny homes must meet the standards of a recreational vehicle according to the Idaho Department of Motor Vehicles. Number 3, quiet hours will be from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Number 4, operation is allowed April 15th to October 31st every calendar year. Number 5, no signage. Okay.
And I will second the motion.
Okay, roll call, please.
Stuart Ward,
Yes.
Edward Orridge,
Yes.
Chad Selenite,
Yes.
Crystal Matson,
Yes.
Molly Dimmitt.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. You're good, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
That's where we want it.
We're gonna take a, we'll take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
10 minutes, so people can flow in and out and settle before we get started again.
Halfway down the hall on your left.